Welcome. Here we're going to talk about doing conversions where we have multiple steps. So the example I'd like to do today is to convert 6.25 yards to inches. So if I look at my conversion factor table, I have a couple pieces of information. I have that 1 yard is equal to 3 feet. And I have that 1 foot is equal to 12 inches. Now, sorry, that should be inches. I apologize. So it's important that some tables might just tell you how many inches are in a yard. And that's fine too. If you have that information, then this is a one-step conversion. But if you don't have that information, first I have to convert yards to feet and then feet to inches. So we can either do this as a two-step problem, or I like to save time, write it out as a several-step multiplication. So we discussed this in the previous video about conversions, but each of these two equalities can be written as a unity fraction, is what they're sometimes called. So I could write 1 yard equals 3 feet. I could do 1 yard over 3 feet. Or I could write it as 3 feet divided by 1 yard. Those are the two options. For the second one, for feet to inches, the same. I can write it as, draw a line there, so we're talking about something different. 1 foot over 12 inches. Or I can write it as 12 inches over 1 foot. So the way I like to start with these problems is I know I need to get out of yards. So I'm going to write down first 6.25 yards. Always start with what I'm given. And then I would like to cancel that yards. So I'm going to select the fraction here that gives me the yards in the denominator, because that's what allows me to cancel when I have this here. So I'm going to multiply that by 3 feet over 1 yard. I'm happy because my yards have canceled. Now, this would give me a final answer in feet because those are my only units that are left. But that wasn't what I wanted. I wanted inches. So I'm going to do a second step. Now, if you wanted to, you could calculate out the feet and then treat it as a separate problem to convert feet to inches. I just like to do it all at once. It saves a little time. So now I have feet in the numerator here. I want it to cancel, so I'm going to select the version, the equality fraction that has feet in the denominator, because that is what lets it cancel. So now I will multiply this by 12 inches over 1 foot. And that cancels the feet. So the only unit I'm left with is inches. That was my goal, so I'm happy. Once I've achieved that, I've eliminated all of the units except the one thing I was looking for. And I know that I'm done setting up the problem, and all I have left to do is do the actual multiplication out. So remember, when we multiply fractions, we multiply across the top. 6.25, that's any number, whole number could just be said to be over 1. So I don't need to worry about the denominator there. I'll multiply 6.25 times 3 times 12, and I get 225 inches. I do want to just emphasize that when we are multiplying 6.25 first by the 3 over 1 and then by the 12 over 1, both of those fractions equal 1. 12 inches equals 1 foot. So when I divide 12 inches by 1 foot, it's still 1. So I am multiplying 6.25 by 1 in order to change its form without changing its value. And this we do a lot in mathematics. So thank you so much for watching. That is how we do multiple step conversions.